Hey, Dr. FJ, Gardner Schofield Chiropractic. I want to go over 6 ways to get rid of your pain forever. How to fix your body, let it heal, fully recover so the problems never come back, and you don't have to come in our office that often. Twice a year is the goal. Very, very different than regular chiropractic. So let's get into it right away. The NUCA evolution. Back in 2010 when we opened our practice, we were fortunate, my wife and I, we had one of the fastest growing practices in the world. Even with the housing market having crashed and we were in a recession, we were still growing really, really quickly. And then about 2-3 years into practice, I wasn't happy. I knew that there had to be a better way. We were helping people, but they had to come. A lot of people had to come every week, every couple weeks. Maybe someone could go once a month, and if they went longer than that, pain would be right back. So I knew we weren't fixing the cause of people's problem, even though that's what I learned about in school, right? Chiropractic is about addressing the cause, fixing the cause of problems. Dr. B.J. Palmer wrote a bunch of books on it that I love, and that wasn't happening. So I knew there had to be a better way, a way to truly fix people so that they didn't have to come in every week. And so we looked and we went through a lot of techniques, orthospinology, we found that, and then we got into NUCA. And I do believe that NUCA is the future of chiropractic. You'll hear me say that, you'll see it in a lot of the different educational pieces we have. I truly believe that in 100 years, right now only about 0.1% of the profession does NUCA. I think in 100 years it'll be most of the profession, all schools are teaching it because it is the most effective form of chiropractic. And it's very gentle, there's no twisting the crack neck, so there's no chance of injury, no chance of strokes. So there's no downside and a massive upside. All the studies show that it's much more effective than regular chiropractic for helping with pain relief. Also has been shown to lower blood pressure. No other form of chiropractic has been shown to do that. Just those upper cervical specific techniques are incredibly powerful. So that's why I switched to it. It was very tough, but it's been so rewarding. We've had people drive hours. We've fixed people that have tried all different kinds of chiropractic, PT, MDs, tried everything, and yet we've been able to help them. And it's because of NUCA, and it's because it fixes your alignment. That's the first key to get out of pain forever. Of the 6, the first is you gotta get your alignment fixed. If every time you go to see a chiropractor you're getting adjusted every time, your alignment's not fixed. To be fixed, you have to hold. Okay, that means when you come, you're out of alignment some way, then you have to come, get centered and balanced, and then you have to hold. Eventually in our practice, we check you, we examine you, and then we don't do anything. It usually takes a while to get there, but we don't do anything. Because your body's where we want it to be, now it's healing. Holding is healing. So you have to fix it, you gotta get it to hold, then it will heal. The muscles will heal first, then the joints and nerves. And then after those are all fully healed, you're good. Then you have to just maintain the alignment, because if you go off again, then that pressure and damage from abnormal movement, abnormal dispersion of forces causing damage will come back if we don't fix it. But if we check it and we fix it, and many times you can be out of alignment for weeks, months, even years, and not feel anything. That's why it's so important to do the supportive care. It's only twice a year, and yet it's well worth it. So again, the alignment correction is where we use the NUCA technique. We call it the AC, the alignment correction, to completely fix your alignment. So we're going to do the NUCA adjustment. You come in, we get your initial listing, your initial vector. So from your x-rays, then you come in for the alignment correction. We're going to adjust you with the NUCA technique, anywhere from 15 minutes, sometimes to an hour. We've had people we had to adjust for 2 hours. And then we re-x-ray you, and then we have you rest. Best case scenario, you're done. That happens probably 3/4 of the time, and then I'd say maybe 1/3 of the time, 1/4 of the time. And then we need another. Some people have to go through 2 phases, 2 posts to get fully centered and balanced. Typically that's the people that have had a lot of traumas in their life. But in one visit, that's the power of NUCA. In one visit, even though it takes you usually 2 to 3 hours, it can be quicker, also can be longer. We've had people 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. If you're coming from out of town, like a lot of people that are driving an hour, 2, 3 hours, then we'll probably have you here at least 6 to 8 hours to make sure you're fixed. But we can fix your alignment in one visit. No technique can do that. That's the power of NUCA. It can completely change. Now that doesn't mean you're healed, right? It means you're in alignment, which means your body can now start healing. So all those muscles that have been getting damaged and overengaged and underengaged for years have to heal. The soft tissues that have been arthritic and degenerative have to heal. The discs, the nerves, all that has to heal. But you're in alignment, so as long as that keeps holding, it'll heal. That's why we check you regularly in the beginning to make sure it holds. Because once it goes out again, healing stops. And then we use other supportive techniques to help the body uncoil, unwind, and heal. Okay? But the number one thing, we got to get that alignment fixed. So what are we doing? We're taking those x-rays to figure out exactly how the head and neck are positioned. There's like 5 key vectors, key components to the misalignment that we've got to fix. So you come in some way, and then we adjust that atlas bone. We apply our hands very lightly there, a light sustained pressure, just a few grams, and you hold it, and that head naturally comes back. Then we check the posture, right? We always examine and evaluate the posture, make sure that's clear, both when you're in gravity, standing, and laying on your back. When that's clear, then we x-ray you to make sure the x-ray is good. Because sometimes the posture will look good, but there's still some misalignment in there, and that's why the post-x-rays are so important. It's the only way to know for sure that that alignment has been 100% fixed. So, such a powerful visit, the AC. And that's why I love, you can tell how excited I get. I love doing it. This is what it looks like for real. This patient had severe arm pain and tried everything. Nothing wrong with the arm. He was out of alignment. We got him in alignment. Allowed those nerves to start healing, those joints, the body healed itself, his pain went away, and he got back to bow hunting. Okay, so again, it's a whole body misalignment, right? Even though it's a light pressure to the atlas, it's a whole body misalignment and a whole body correction. Because to move the head and neck, everything has to come with it. So you're literally, when you're out of alignment, there's a resistance that builds. If your body could self-correct, it would. It can't. You're locked out of alignment, and then over time, resistance builds and builds and builds along with damage. And so we've got to break through decades of resistance usually. And when people come in, the first misalignment, people always ask, how did I get this way? It's usually birth. Almost always birth. Gives your first trauma, and then if you have a few falls, car accidents, you played rugby like I did, or football, or wrestled, or you're a dancer, a gymnast, and you had some falls, some knocks, then you get knocked out of alignment more. And each misalignment has to heal completely. So if you've had multiple traumas, they all have to heal. That's why you lots of times go like this, because your body's starting to heal a new trauma, then the pain acts up again. So that's why you see a lot of times, oh, they're doing great, and boom, and it doesn't mean you're getting worse, it means your body's healing. So if you stick through that, that's why I focus so hard to get goals for people. Where do you want to be in a year, 3 years, what do you want to be able to do? So that way we can focus on that and motivate people to get through those tough moments. So once that head and neck are centered, the shoulders get more level, the hips get more level. When you're off, everything's off. It's a whole body misalignment. I've had chronic severe knee pain, ankle pain, hip pain, nothing wrong with those joints. It was just they were carrying extra loads. We got them centered, and the knee pain went away, the shoulder pain, elbow, wrist pain, sciatica, things like that. So when you center that head and neck, you center that whole body, and now all those tissues can start healing. Okay, so how do the typical people we're going to respond to that first correction? 60% of people notice improvement right away. About 30% of people feel the same initially. 10% do feel worse temporarily. If you feel worse, the reason for that is lots of times when you've been chronic in misalignment or there's so much nerve pressure, messages aren't getting through to the brain. So when we open up, it's kind of like unkeying a hose. All of a sudden, all these messages that weren't getting to the brain are getting there. It's not fun, unfortunately, but it's very, very good, because that's how you avoid these catastrophes, right? You hear someone just took a step and they blew out a knee, or they blew out a hip, or they bent over and blew out a back. That just step, that bending over didn't blow that out. It was years of chronic dysfunction, and eventually your brain quit getting those messages, so you didn't even feel the problems going on, and then they got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until it blew out. So by restoring that connection, that brain-body connection, you're avoiding a catastrophe down the road. So really important. Again, it takes muscles 12 to 16 weeks to heal. That's why our corrective system is all focused on those first 90 days. Nerves, you're looking at about 9 to 12 months, sometimes longer. Soft tissues, at least a year, sometimes longer. So some people, these 70, 80-year-olds, sometimes they feel better right away, but they have years of healing, years and years of healing. That's why it's always nice to get kids in, because lots of times they only need a handful of adjustments, and then they can come in twice a year and do really, really well. So degeneration is progressive. That's why it's always best to get checked and fixed right away, because it's progressive. It's slow, but it's progressive. These spines are the same age. You can see in this one, you see the disc space, right? This one, none. It looks like it's melted. Those discs are completely destroyed. Same age. This person has had way more traumas and way less care. This person had been going to regular chiropractic for a long time, so it helped keep the discs pretty good, but then she came to us because regular chiropractic quit working, and we were able to fix her and help her. This one helped as well. It's just a lot more healing to take place. So you see a spine like this, you're just expecting they're going to take longer to feel better. Just so much damage, Okay, but degeneration is progressive. That's why if you wait 10, 20 years, there's going to be more disc damage, more arthritis, more degenerative disc disease, more decay, and it's just going to take longer and longer to heal. So that's why it's always best to get kids in, babies, get them fixed right away, teenagers, and come in right away. Anytime you have an issue, don't wait, because it's only going to get worse and take longer and longer, cost more and more. So why is NUCA so powerful? Because we're taking pressure off the brain stem. And now that allows us brain-body communication. So you can see the brain, and then off the brain it's like a tail, the spinal cord, and off the tail are these branches, these basically almost like telephone lines, these cords. So they communicate with the body. So when that kinks and goes out of alignment, that communication doesn't happen properly, and then you get dysfunction, you get high blood pressure, indigestion, insomnia, anxiety, vertigo, things you don't typically think about. But NUCA gets amazing results with all of them because we take pressure off the brainstem, off your life force, and allow it to function properly. And this shows all the autonomic nervous system. You know, it slows heartbeat, raises heartbeat, constricts bronchi, dilates bronchi. So if you now have a misalignment and those nerves aren't working right, and your bronchi are constricted all the time, well, you could get asthma. That's how NUCA can help with asthma. Allergies, you know, the saliva, all these different things, the high blood pressure. Like I was talking about, I've had people who were wetting the bed, kids and adults, and we cleared their alignment, and now they weren't wetting the bed. They didn't have to go to the bathroom as much. They had total control because of that brain-body connection getting restored. I had constipation, chronic constipation go away off a NUCA adjustment. So the first month I want you to remember risk. Rest, ice, supplements, get checked. If you do supplements, I would recommend double or tripling a maintenance dose to superload your body and let it heal. And make sure you have a good source. Don't get a lot of those chain stores. You know, go to a chiropractor, naturopath to get your supplements, or a holistic health food store, or else you're probably getting garbage. Okay, the second thing after your alignment's fixed, resting is huge. All right, you got to sleep 6 to 8 hours, and if you 1 to 3 times a day, if you can get out of gravity for 15 minutes, just get in a recliner, get in your car, lay on a couch, get in an office chair, and just get out of gravity, and it does help. Now, if you take deep diaphragmatic breaths, you put on some relaxing music, you close your eyes, even better, you kind of get almost a meditation. But just getting those posture muscles out of gravity will help you hold. Really important. Okay, so ice is next. Any area that hurts, ice it. That will help numb the pain, and it doesn't slow the healing process like a painkiller or an anti-inflammatory, and obviously those aren't good for your liver. If you have to take anything, I'd look into CBD. Really nice inflammation. Check with your state on what you're allowed to do. But again, with ice, 15 minutes on, 30 minutes off, as many times as you want, and great for lessening the inflammation. Don't heat. Heat's going to increase blood flow, increase inflammatory response. You may like it temporarily, but it's going to make you worse long term. Then supplements in water, right? 70% of people are dehydrated. Half your body weight in water every day. Every day. So if you're 200 pounds, 100 ounces of water minimum. You will go to the bathroom a little bit more in the beginning. Just like, you know, if you have a plant and the soil's dried out, you throw water and it splashes out. But then once that softens up, it's able to absorb. Same kind of thing in the beginning. You throw all this water in, your body's not used to absorbing it. Kind of you pee way more, and then it'll calm down and normalize. And then again, supplements. A couple of the supplements I really like: chlorella or spirulina. Either one. Spirulina, if you have any kind of autism, Asperger's, I'd recommend. Chlorella has more of a detox, a little bit of a heavy metal detox, which can aggravate people with those issues. Also, you can't have it if you're on any blood thinners. Other than that, though, it's a multivitamin, complete protein, multi-mineral, superfood. You're getting everything you need. Essentially, you could survive on it. You're going to get some fats, lots of vitamins, lots of minerals, in a whole food state, so it's very absorbable. It's also a prebiotic, so it's going to feed the good bacteria in your gut. It's also very alkaline, and chlorophyll is very healing to the digestive tract. So much good for about $20 to $30, maybe $40 a month. Bang for your buck. I think it is the best supplement on the market. Check it out. Turmeric, always great, but really good for dealing with inflammation. Helps with antioxidant activity, supports healthy digestion. Omega-3s, fish oils of different kinds, or krill oils, tuna oils, cod liver oils, really nice. In the winter, lots of times you can get like a cod liver oil with vitamin D, which is really nice if you're living up north like I am in Wisconsin. But really important, again, helps with inflammation. You need good healthy fats. The problem is we're not getting many omega-6s, so you have to eat beef that eat grass, or you have to have fish that either ate krill or algae, or ate fish that ate krill or algae. So if it's fed corn, you're not getting the 3s, and that's what you want. So you can look into that. Probiotics, really, really important for your digestion. A lot of times when you have poor digestion, things get into your body, your bloodstream that shouldn't. Then your body responds with inflammation to attack it. If it doesn't change, you get chronic inflammation. You see that also as a contributing factor in a lot of fibromyalgia cases. So really important to heal that gut. You get your alignment and you heal your gut, you're going to be in really, really good shape. And then again, I can't stress it enough, get a lot of water, no fluoride, and check if you're drinking tap water, check your area. A lot of times it's going to be kind of scary what's in it. And you can check with our office, and we have a website you can go to and look up the public water in your area. Okay? Stretch your body. After the first month, don't do anything. First week, don't exercise, don't chew gum. First month, no dentistry, no acupuncture, no massages, just for 30 days. Then you can do all the massages you want. It works great with chiropractic, but just those 30 days, no dentistry, acupuncture, massages. And don't fatigue the body, just rest. And those exercise fanatics, it was hard after my first correction to not exercise for a full week, but you had to do it. And then even after that for a week, I would only go back into about half what you're used to, because if you super fatigue the body, you're gonna collapse, go out of alignment, and it's gonna take longer to heal. Because remember, holding is healing. So you have to hold if you're gonna heal. Stretching though, and we have a handout for you. You can get the stretches we recommend, or just you go to my YouTube channel. You might be watching this on YouTube. Go watch my morning stretching routine. Take about 10 to 20 minutes depending on how much you breathe for each stretch. You want to hold the stretch for like 5 to 10 deep breaths or more. So again, 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Really stretch that muscle. Okay, that's going to lubricate it and help the body feel good. You'll see a lot of those aches and pains aren't there when you're stretching the body, because you're going through your day, and lots of times if you're not taking care of your body, you're just getting little micro traumas, and that can just cause a lot of soreness and achiness. So stretching the body allows those muscles to kind of give as you're going throughout the day. And you'll see, and I love yoga, just do 15, 20, 30 minutes of yoga every morning, and that's all you need to do. And there's chair yoga, and there's all kinds of different things for people depending on your level of ability. And then strengthen your core. Planks are fantastic. Bridges, bird dog. I would just start with bridges and planks, and you can take one leg off the ground, and you can do all kinds of different things to make it more difficult. But strengthen your core. You know, that's the support system. The core, lower back, core. That's really the stabilizer. It stabilizes the spine. So it helps take a lot of the load of gravity and different movements and activities off the spine when that core is very strong. So if you stretch and then you strengthen your core, you're going to be in a really, really, really good position to feel great. And you don't have to do a lot, 3 times a week for 15 minutes. And if you're doing yoga, lots of times they have these kind of exercises in it. These are just all the different issues Nuka's been shown to help with: Bell's palsy, autism, trigeminal neuralgia, fibromyalgia, neuropathy, Meniere's disease, vertigo, migraines, anxiety, allergies, asthma. Like we talked about, it's incredible. So, again, a couple things to always avoid after you start getting your Nuka care. Never sleep on your belly, ever. Never sleep sitting with your head kinked. If you have to sleep sitting, make sure your head is well supported. Okay, never ever sleep on your belly. Either sleep on your side with a good support system. You don't want your head kicked way down or way up. And you don't want to be on your back with your head tipped way over. So have a little support here so you can turn a little bit if you're a back sleeper. Never pin a phone between your head and your shoulder. That's happening less and less with technology, but don't do it either way. I had a patient, he wouldn't hold, and we realized he was spending hours at his desk every day like this. We got him a headset, he started holding, problems went away. Never tip your head way back and have your hair washed. Go to a salon, usually more issue for women, but keep it up. You can still wash, but just keep it up. Don't tip it way back. Don't hang your head off your mattress, off your bed like some chiropractors recommend. Don't do any real intense traction. You don't need that. When you center the body, head and neck, that curve naturally comes back. If you have wear and tear, degeneration, it's just not going to come back. You can't force it in there. So let it go where it can. The body will do it. That's the amazing thing with Nuka, is you get these massive structural postural changes from a very gentle force with no twisting, no cracking, no chance of injury, no chance of stroke, and massive correction. We've seen people after the alignment correction, one visit, their head was, apparent weight of their head went from 50 pounds to like 15 incredible change. Think about how much easier it is on that body. You just reduced 30 pounds of pressure all day long coming down on you. So huge. And never use your head as momentum. If you're doing sit-ups, don't use your head to whip up. That can cause you to lose your alignment. Okay, as we talked about first week, no exercise, no chewing gum. First month, no massage, no acupuncture, no strenuous exertion. Then you can get back to hard exercise and massage, no problem. You're going to probably feel some fatigue and be sore in the beginning. That's part of the retracing. Again, old injuries coming back, part of the healing. If you feel worse, those messages are getting back to your brain again. So that's why you're feeling that way. Signs of improvement: you'll get more energy, your sleep will get better, areas of pain will go from larger to smaller, you'll see the pain move around, different sensations in different areas. Also feeling cracking and popping is your body unwinding, literally, joints starting to move and unlock. So all that is part of the improvement. And typically, not always, typically issues farthest from the brain heal last. Not always, but usually. So neck first, then mid-back, then low back, then knee. Okay, again, if you feel worse, it's because those messages are getting through again. So conclusion: get your alignment corrected with NUCA. Rest, ice, supplement, water, stretch, strengthen your core, and you will get rid of your pain forever. Then you just have to maintain your alignment. Twice a year, come in, get checked. And that's the power of NUCA in our corrective system. Thank you for watching this. It means the world to me. Thank you for choosing our office. If you're a patient, we love what we do. We love helping people. Thank you for putting your trust in us. When you get better, please share the word about NUCA. If you have family, we'll find them a NUCA chiropractor near them. I do believe the future is here. It is the future of chiropractic, and there are so many people suffering needlessly because they don't know about NUCA. So please spread the word about that. And have a great day. And always remember that health is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. Thank you.